Hi everybody, happy Memorial Day. So this is going to be our cardio circuit class, and there's going to be two videos. This video will be the breakdown. I'm going to break down each movement so that when we jump into the next video, we can just go. Now feel free, if you want to just go to the next video and just jump into it, by all means. But make sure you do one of the warm-up videos that I already have available for you. And then also make sure you do a cool-down video. So this breakdown is because the movements blend into each other. They transition into each other. And it's very important that we have the feet. Also, too, sometimes when I'm doing this, I've never had a problem with talking. So it's just I don't want to feed too much information to you. And there's a friend once told me the devil's in the details. So the first move that we have is going to be called high five squats. So I'm going to face the side so you can see me. So with the high five squats, I'm going to come down to a squat, taking my hands and placing them on my thighs. And then I'm going to reach either in front of my chest or in the scapular plane, in a good way to align your scapular plane. Think like you had a triangle like right in between your eyebrows. You should be able to see it. So it's like you're giving somebody a high five. So we slap our thighs, reach. Slap our thighs, reach. Looks like this in the front, almost like you're pressing up. These are our high five squats. Now, with each movement, we want to talk about movement efficiency. Now, movement efficiency is how well you do a movement. And when you do a movement really well, you get results and you burn more calories. You don't necessarily have to go faster in order to burn calories. It's how well you do the movement. So, for example, if I'm really low on my squat and I reach really tall, I don't have to go fast because I'm putting more demand on my body because I'm doing my squat really well instead of doing a little shallow squat. The deeper squat, if we want to learn the motive behind the movement, is going to help you more in your everyday life. Because if you're bending down to get something, most of the time we shouldn't bend like this. We should bend safely when they tell you to lift with your legs. So, first move, we have our high five squats. Now, our second move, it's going to transition from the high five squats into a high knee. Same thing with the arms. Either I'm pushing my arms in front of me or I'm using the scapular plane. Now, a few things to keep in mind about these knees. I'm lifting from my thigh, and I want you to watch your feet. This is a lazy toe. We don't want lazy toes. We want you to flex the foot, this is called flexing, and pull the toes back. Why do we want to pull the toes back? That's fall prevention at its finest. Case in point, I have a rug in my house. If my toe were to drag, then I would fall. So we want to make sure that we're training our dorsiflexors, because that's what this is called, dorsiflexion, and we're lifting our toes. Also, too, whenever we lift the knee, think of somebody pulling in your stomach. So every time my knee lifts, I'm pulling my belly button back to my spine. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then you add a pushing motion with the arms. Or you're high-fiving. So that's our second move. Our third move from the high knees is the lift and tap. And we've done the lift and tap multiple times. It's going to start with your right leg. So, starting with the right leg is going to lift. So, if we're in the high knees, when it's time, we'll say lift and tap. Lift, tap back. Lift, tap back. Make sure you're on the ball of that back toe. Notice how my torso slightly rocks. It's a controlled rock. This is a balance exercise. It's also coordination. You have different options because some people may be more coordinated than others. It doesn't mean that you can't get the best workout that you can get. So, you can put your hands on your hips, or you can continue with those same arms. The exact same arms that we've been doing. Just make sure that we lift the knee and we reach with that back foot. So, guess what? After we do the right side, we got to do the left. We have two sides. So, you're gonna tap, tap to lift. So it's a catch step. So I'm lifting and tapping, and that takes me to the other side. You gotta have that catch step. We'll still be on beat, so don't worry about it. It's just that I can't cue the catch step. That's a lot to say. So now you're aware of it. Same arms, doesn't matter. You get in where you fit in. After we do the lift and tap, the next thing that we're gonna transition to, notice how I'm on my left side. So it's gonna start with the left leg. My left leg will step out into a side step. Once again, very good. We are moving in the coronal plane of movement, training our body to move in different ways that we don't traditionally use. Why is this plane movement important? Movie theaters, church pews, trying to squeeze by people. So, see how I'm stepping? I'm reaching out, bringing my foot together. Once again, this is about efficiency. If I reach really long, I'm doing more demand. I haven't increased my speed, I just made it more efficient. So I don't have to go fast in order to get a workout. I can reach nice and long. Same thing with the arms. Keep the arms here. That push out or that push up. Our arms will always be the same. And sometimes I forget. But if I do different arms in the video, you keep your arms the same. So, from the side step, it's going to transition into a knee repeater. Actually, yes, a knee repeater. So, I'm on my left, I'm pulling it in, and I'm reaching. I'm squeezing, releasing. Guess what? I'm on one foot. Balance. So, here's the key with the knee repeater. Think about your base leg. My base leg, my supporting leg, is slightly bent. Don't lock the knee, slightly bent. My core is engaged. I'm on the ball of my toe. So right knee is bent, I'm on the ball of my toe. It's almost like John Travolta staying alive, Saturday Night Fever. So we lean and I lift. Same thing, you're here. Or you can add those arms. This time you're pulling towards the knee, not out. So think of tapping your knee. And then guess what? We have two sides. So when it's time to switch, I'm going to step, turn my body by pivoting on my toe. Don't keep the heel down because you could twist your knee. So you place, land with the heel, reach with the toe. And then we start to the other side. Same thing, hands on the hips. After we finish that, we're gonna sit down into a nice, good squat. You can go low if you want. The lower you are, the more demand you put on the body, the more strength it takes in your legs. So if you know your legs are one of your strong points, don't be afraid to get low. We all have certain parts of our body that are stronger than the others. So capitalize on your strengths. So if your legs are really strong, don't be afraid to get low. Washing machine punch, you want to think about the top loading washers and the agitator. I'm moving my waist. Slight twist. You want to pretend like you're in cement from the belly button down. So the only thing that's moving is my waist. Now, key note, if you have osteoarthritis in your spine, do not do any twisting movements. You will know if you have osteoarthritis because your physician would have told you so. That's only in the spine. If you have it in your fingers or your knees or your feet, you're okay to twist. So, osteoarthritis, we don't twist. We just keep it front. Everybody else, we can twist. You're still getting the same workout. Then, we're going to finish it off with the knee, step, step, step. Knee, 3 steps back. Knee, back, 2, 3. Knee, back, 2, 3. So we'll work on that transition again. We're in the washing machine punch. I'm going to take my left leg. Actually, no. We'll take your right leg. Your right leg, because we're neutral. You're going to step back on the ball of the toe. The left leg joins the right, so it's a little bit of a balance. We're not tippy toes. We catch ourselves. with a nice lunge, and then we lift that knee and we repeat it on the other side. So back, 2, step, lift. Balance, step, lift. Balance, step, lift. Balance, step, lift. Now you can keep your hands on your hips because this is also about coordination. So take your time. Don't get frustrated. Or if you wanted to, and coordination is one of your strengths, you can add some arms. Crunch, balance, step, crunch, balance, step, knee. So we're putting those two movements together. We're balancing, and then we have that step knee with the repeater arms. So I'm going to show you what the sequence look like, and then we'll end this video and go right into the movement section. So first exercise, also too, testing your memory. First exercise, we have our high five squats. Remember, as low as you can go. If your legs are your strength, capitalize on your strength. After the high five squats, we're going to go into knee lifts. Knee lifts, same thing. After the knee lifts, we go into the lift and tap. Lift, tap, lift, tap. Then we go lift and tap, other side, catch step, lift, tap. You saw the catch step? Because we're going right into it. Very nice. Side step, out, out. I'm keeping my hands on my hips, but you can keep whatever arms you're doing. Like I said, if coordination is your strength, capitalize on it. After we do the side steps, we're going to hold for that knee repeater. Knee repeater. Every time you bring that knee in, I'm squeezing my core, pulling that belly button. Every time you lift your knee, pull your belly button back to your spine. Then we're going to shift, other side. Same thing, your arms, doesn't matter. Then we land to the washing machine punch or the straight shadow boxing if you have osteoarthritis of the spine. Quick note about this. Don't think rock'em sock'em robots. You want, if anything, think lumberjack saw. Like those big saws, that's what you want to think. Reaching the arms. Reaching the arms. Once again, it's not about how fast you can go, it's how well you can do the movement. Because if you're going fast and you're doing this, you're not going to burn as many calories as a person doing this. Because it takes more calories to make a movement more efficient. Efficiency is a skill. So, we want nice, efficient punches. After we do our punches, remember to step back on your right foot. So, it's getting ready to be time. Switch, step, step, knee. Step, 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 knee. So, high step back on my right foot, coming onto those tippy toes. Nice, good balance. Keeping the core engaged. Nice. And it alternates. And then we'll be done. So, now we have the breakdown. Let's move.